Elliot Spitzer wrote something in Slate magazine. He debated me, and I didn't. I mean, honestly, he came with charts and everything else. I came with a stick to a gunfight, apparently.
You drew a chart on your hand.
I drew a chart on my hand. I really didn't care. I really did not care about debating Elliot Spitzer.
No, he was all fired up for this thing.
Oh, yeah. And not trying to win. I don't really care. I really don't care. And I wasn't going to say anything until he wrote in Slate how, he tried to engage me backstage and tried to talk to me about facts. And I didn't have any facts. No, Elliot, I don't care. I don't care about my little conversation with you. I was clawing my eyes out to get away from you. How's that one? I mean, there's no, I mean, no, but I mean,
okay, look, he's a guy who's on Current. He's trying to get attention for his show.
I know, and it's cute.
Good for him.
Right.
Good for him.
Mm-hmm.
That's nothing.
So he writes in Slate magazine this thing about, how, I'm so misguided and I have to try to talk about, the founding fathers' virtue. Really? Do you really want to go there, Mr. Spitzer? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
So, but he talks about in this thing that, the facts just don't make, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, these crazy Tea Partiers. They just want to destroy the government, and they just don't care about facts. Really? Reason why I bring this up is twofold. One, this is exactly what's happening in the White House today. It was a clear route. I came in a T-shirt and jeans and a pen that I wrote a chart on my hand. You came with all your charts and everything else, and you got your ass kicked. That's what happened. And you just can't figure it out. And so it can't be something that you are unplugged with. It has to be something wrong with the audience. He says in this deal, I couldn't convince a single Beckian. They all need psychological help. Uh-huh. What's really funny, Elliot, is the number of people that came there that were your fans. Believe it or not, there were some there. I didn't know they existed. Anyway,
by the end, you couldn't tell in the crowd.
You couldn't tell.
Was,
you couldn't tell. The people who were booing me at the beginning were, and Stu watched it. A ton of my people said that they saw it. The people who were booing me at the beginning were clapping like below their, in between their knees. They didn't want to be seen on camera. They were clapping for me, Elliot, not for you. And why? I talked to them.
And told the truth.
They told the truth. And they came up to me and they said, I hate to say this. I can't believe I'm saying this to you, but I really enjoyed that. And I kind of agree with you on some of these things. And I said, that's good. I talked to a guy who was atheist. And then he's like, look, man, I don't agree with you on the God thing, blah, blah, blah. And we had a great conversation. Elliot, you didn't convince anybody. You know why? Because you're wrong. Mm-hmm. You're wrong. And you say there's no facts. Glenn just pulls out these historical quotations that are completely irrelevant and disjointed. Really? For a question on why do we even have the parties? How good are the parties doing us any good? The random quotation that was just in a machine just kind of spit out. It makes no sense to quote George Washington's farewell address, where he specifically says, get away from the parties. That's random and incoherent? Are you kidding me?
Well, and I think you're right. This is exactly what's going on in the White House.
Exactly.
And you see it in the left-leaning media today, too, trying to figure out some explanation as to where their guy lost, such as Jim Lair's the problem, such as Obama took him too lightly. Obama should have been tougher on him. No, I mean, the bottom line is Mitt Romney has much better arguments.
Yeah, the facts are on his side.